They say love is a battlefield, but nobody told me it involved laminated menus, dying flowers, and an emotional crisis over a bowl of miso soup. It was Wednesday, and I had a plan, not just any plan. Operation First Impression. I was meeting. I mistook sleepiness for soul connection. She had a bio that said, Moonchild, Plant Mom, Coffee Addict, not looking for anything serious unless you're 6'3", or have a dog. I had none of those things, but I had hope, and a coupon for a free appetizer. We were supposed to meet at this quirky Asian fusion restaurant called Faux Real. The name should have been the first red flag, but love makes you blind, and mildly stupid. So there I was, in my best button-up shirt, the one that hides my stomach and makes me look like I read books. I even wore cologne, the one that says mature adult, but smells a little like subtle desperation. I got there early, sat at a window seat, practiced my smile in the spoon's reflection. The waiter, his name tag said Kevin, emotional. Support waiter brought me water, and a look that said, he's about to get stood up. 7 p.m. I stared at the door like a puppy, waiting for its owner. I held a tiny bouquet of supermarket flowers, discounted, because apparently they don't sell a lot of I'm not desperate. I swear bouquets at 6:45 p.m. on Wednesdays. 7:10, nothing. 7:25, still nothing. I texted her, hey, just checking if you're nearby. Read, no reply. I looked around. A couple nearby was feeding each other noodles like they were in a rom-com. The guy at the bar was crying into his beer and whispering. She took the blender. And me, I was sitting across from an empty chair, talking to melting ice cubes. That's when she walked in. Not Zara. Her messy bun, oversized hoodie with a weird cat meme, glasses too big for her face, holding a takeout bag that said, not his type. She glanced around, then pointed at the chair across from me. This seat taken. Everywhere else smells like sadness and tofu. I blinked. She sat anyway. I said, I'm actually waiting for someone. She nodded. Blind date. I sighed. More like invisible date. She laughed. Well, I'm invisible too. Just here to pick up dinner and escape my loud roommate who sings opera in the shower. She opened her bag, took out a sandwich the size of a small child, took a bite, looked at me, offered the other half. I said no. Then I said yes. Then we started talking. Her name was Tanya. She was 29, graphic designer. Loved sea otters, hated alarm clocks, claimed she could smell drama from 2 streets away. Her last relationship ended when the guy cried because she beat him in Mario Kart. We laughed. We joked. We made fun of the waiter who clearly wanted to be an actor. We named the plants on the windowsill. Mine was Kevin Jr., hers was named Gerald III. I told her about Zara. She said, Zara sounds like someone who would ghost you just for being born in Mercury retrograde. She was funny, like QLE funny, not Twitter funny, not rehearsed podcast funny, but Snortloff, Fin Public funny. At one point, she said, you ever notice how people who say I'm not like other girls are exactly like every girl you've ever met in your life? I said, you ever notice how the girls who ghost you usually resurface when Mercury's in Wi-Fi? We laughed so hard, the waiter gave us a look and muttered, wish I could get ghosted too. Hours passed. We ordered dumplings, then more dumplings, then split a weird mango dessert that tasted like sadness and ambition. I checked my phone, Still no message from Zara. Tonya said, "You look like someone who needs closure." I said, "I look like someone who needs a refund." She snorted. Swear. That snort became my favorite sound. "She had to go," said her nephew had a karate recital. "He's 7, thinks he's Batman. If I don't show up, he'll fight the janitor." We stood, we paused. "I didn't know what to say," she said. "Hey, this was weird, but good weird, like socks on cats." I laughed. She looked down, then up. "Maybe I'll see you again," I said. "You bring the sandwich, I'll bring the trauma." She smiled. Then she left that night. I walked home without flowers, without a date, without Zara. But I had a feeling I hadn't had in years, something small, gentle, hopeful, like maybe I wasn't as unlovable as my inbox made me feel. The next morning, I got a text. "Unknown num, tell Kevin Jr. I said hi." Tonya. I stared at my screen, smiled, replied, "He misses you already." It's been a year. Zara never texted back. But Tanya came back. She brought sandwiches, a nephew who thinks I'm Alfred, a plant named Gerald IV, and an oversized hoodie that's now somehow mine. She still snorts when she laughs. I still bring mints on random Tuesdays, just in case. We still eat dumplings. Every Wednesday, every now and then, we sit at that same window seat and laugh at people going on their first dates. And I remember, love isn't perfect. It's weird. It's late, it's messy and loud, and sometimes it snorts. But when it shows up, it always brings fries.